What's going on, everyone? We're here at the shop. We've actually got to go pick up stuff at Sean's, but we have got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's get into it. Okay, we're in the Ford on our way to Sean's. How have you been? You've had a busy couple of days.
Yeah, so at the M1 test, I don't know, have we talked about this on camera yet? The misfire stuff? I don't remember.
I don't think we have.
Well, so the car developed a little misfire at M1 when John was driving. And it was our last session of the day anyway. So he pulled it in, it was fine. Back to shop, confirmed it was misfiring, and then I found a plug wire that had popped off the coil. I actually found two of them. So we fixed that, and then it was still misfiring. So I got new coils, just as a, you know, they're LS coils. They're not the strongest thing in the world, so still misfiring. And then really lightly, you know, I'm not doing full raging pulls here. So heard a couple of tap taps, so I shut the car off and fired it back up, and it was knocking. So more tap tap. It was very light. So I'm like, well, okay. So I pulled the oil filter, and there's looked like a Christmas bauble blew up. So there's copper in there. So it was bearing. So yanked the engine out. I'm gonna give Brian a load of shit because he was supposed to check the plug wires, and he did check the plug wires, and there's one plug wire that was still broken and melted that somehow he missed. So it's probably the misfire, which is a good thing, because had what I found later had happened at like 7,000 RPM, we'd have scattered the engine. So this morning, got up at 6 in the morning, drove down to Steve Morris. I didn't film any of it because I didn't know what to expect. And got the engine out last night, pulled the pan off, like, yep, it's bearing. And so we tore it apart this morning with Steve. I did all the work. Steve, I just kind of wanted to, you know, get in there. I haven't taken apart an LS engine in like a decade, so. Yep, number 7, rod bearing barely spun. But the alarming thing was there was a lot of debris through the rest of the bearings. So the car never lost oil pressure. All the data logs I have on track, they were great, you know, 90 PSI plus. So it was a debris problem. Something went through the bearings. You know, couldn't be 11 people thrashing on the car in June. You know, somebody got a speck of dirt in one of the oil lines. It is what it is. So took it apart. Everything else is fine. Pistons are fine. Even the rod is fine that spun. It spun at such a low, because I wasn't raging on it, it spun at such a low RPM. It just kind of peeled bearing over, and that was that. So.
Well, and I don't think people really understand, like, when you do your dyno pulls too, you're topping at 6,500, aren't you? Like, you're not even giving it the full.
No, it's at 7.
Oh, I thought it was at 65.
No, 7,000. The engine will go to 8. I just haven't done it yet, I guess. It makes enough power. So, yeah, doing the misfire test, I mean, I would go till it misfired and then shut it off, basically. Thankfully, I wasn't in a full rage thing. I was only down to 7 pounds. So I actually dropped the crank off to Steve's crank guy, and then he's going to turn the crank. Because it's an LS, you get onto your local Napa and get bearings, so that's awesome. So I think Steve is going to have the engine turned around like Tuesday. Gridlife is Friday. If I really needed to, I could probably get the car ready, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Miss something, and then, as Mitch said, make a bad showing and miss Empire Hillclimb, which is the following weekend. I'm just going to kind of see what happens, I guess. I really want to go to Gridlife. I'm probably going to go for a day anyway, just to see Ferris. His wing got damaged in shipping, like completely smashed. Like somehow it's still holding up, even though he's done 180 miles an hour at Coda.
Yeah.
But his second element was warped. It might even be cracked. I don't know. I just told him to run it. It's still holding together, but it's got a big old warp in it. So we're gonna build him another one. So, you know, worst case. So we'll see. One thing I might do, I might get the car together and get it running, and just bring it down on the truck, and then bring Ferris's wing too. So show it off a little bit. We'll see how it goes. It should go back together a lot more easy this time than it has, because everything's like pre-assembled. The way I took it apart, it'll just should just go back together. But so that's the state of things. My goal, I want to win Empire Hillclimb, the whole thing, and so that's gonna be my focus. right now we're going to Sean's shop. Nexon sent us some prototype tires, and we're gonna pull them off because we suspect they're not round. We ran them on the machine, and they weren't exactly round. And the car had a really bad vibration issue. You know, this is not knocking Nexon at all. They thrashed these tires together the same timeline that we did. I actually love the tires. They feel great, but they want them back to see what happened, if it was something that happened after they shipped, or if they were rushed together. So John, customer John, he bought some Hoosiers before Pikes Peak. We ended up leaving them behind. We're going to put those on because I think those are going to be the best bet for Empire Hillclimb. They're what are they, 345, 35, 18?
Yeah, they're wild. So
they're a little bit shorter, which is fine. We need to lower the car a little bit anyway, so we can lower the car without lowering the car.
Yeah.
It'll be about, I don't know, about 15 millimeters shorter, which Empire is pretty rough, so we don't want a car that's 20 millimeters off the ground. So we're going to put those on with Sean today. And then, yeah, Ferris had finally had his Hoonigan episode. I knew he shot it a month ago. It was pretty cool. What is it, behind the build or what?
Yeah, it's their build series.
Yeah.
So they kind of go over it's an opportunity for the guys to go over the car, kind of talk about it, this and that. So it was cool to see. A lot of big shout outs to Affinity Aero, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. And he got to make a bunch of noise. It's similar engine build to what's in the ENVIATE right now, so that's pretty cool. We had 3 guys on the wing, so
yeah.
A little bird me told me there might be another episode soon.
Maybe.
Unconfirmed. But yeah, so that's the update. It's been kind of purposely quiet because I didn't want to air dirty laundry on the engine, but it was our fault. It wasn't Supercar System's fault. It wasn't Steve's fault. Got dirty oil, I guess. So, yeah. So all it takes is one little speck. So, and with that many guys in the car, and well, even just me as tired as I've been this year, it's it's what it is. Shit, it happens. So
I was just telling Connor, just looking at the comments, a lot of people on the video with Ferris at Hoonigan, it was super cool to see a lot of people really commenting on like how purpose-built the Aero was, like how Rooster Tail was happening at like 20, 30 miles an hour. So super cool to see. Again, thank you, Ferris, for shouting out Affinity Aero and talking a lot about that, and all the good stuff that you've experienced from the wings. So we appreciate that.
And that's on the Hoonigan channel. Ferris reached out to me, oh shoot, almost a year ago, last summer. We were gonna do some stuff, and then he reached out to me again in January. I'm like, man, really bad timing because we're doing Pikes Peak. And he did actually kind of held us up about 2 weeks because I stopped everything to get his stuff done. But good call. But I had a feeling, I'm like, this guy's fast. I want to work with him because my products actually need records for once. Such success. What I think at Hoonigan, well, when they shot the video, at the time he had done 2 events and set 8 records or something. Is what they said.
Yeah.
So, I know my products are fast. Just I'm always too thrashed working on other people's stuff to make my own stuff fast. So, in regards to Pikes Peak, at least we have a whole. Well, we're down to 8 months until the next Pikes Peak. So TikTok already.
Don't say that.
I know. Well, I think it's 9 months, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, with what we have planned, it might as well be 2. So.
Yeah. Cool. Well, again, guys, this was kind of, like you said, I know we've been kind of quiet, so we really haven't been doing a whole lot of filming, but it's nice to get some information from Cody and kind of, again, there's a lot of stuff that we want to do in September, and I was just kind of telling him, he's like, we can probably make it to Gridlife, we can probably do it. It's just like, we want to make sure that we can give the proper showing that car deserves. Obviously, like, there's still a lot of testing that needs to be done, and we just want to make sure that we put our best foot forward. And I know he really wants to win overall at Empire, so if that gives us an extra week to do that, then
that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. But like you said, hopefully, I've been slowly kind of poking him, like, dude, let's just go for a day, because then we can that'll help too, especially if we are doing the second element for Ferris. We can go down and see him, kind of get his word for it as well, and check out on Adam's Drifting. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Evans Racing and Club TR, which will be super cool.
Which Evan wants me to help him do some venting, so one of the nights this week. I'll let you, this upcoming week, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to bring Suba down too. She hasn't been to like an actual track event. She went to M1 for some of John's stuff, but
it's a whole different ball game though.
Yeah,
like
Gridlife's nuts. So bring Noah down. Probably get Benoit there too. Benoit's at college. He's in Detroit area. So.
Oh yeah, he did go down already, huh?
Yeah. So he's doing that. He's already homesick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll see if I can get a passes and get him in to check it out. On the Benoit note, he got his Miata going, which we've touched on, I think, in one of the episodes.
Yep, well, at the end of one of the episodes.
I'm going to sign him up for a track day in October.
Yeah?
And be his coach, because he's never been on track. So
that'll be fun.
Go teach him how to drive, because he's a little hot rod in the street, but it's not how we do this.
So, other than that, guys, that's probably it. We just really wanted to give you a kind of a quick update of everything that was going on. So again, nothing super crazy in this one, but hopefully some information. I know people have been hitting you up on Facebook and Instagram about like what's been going on, and even I've been getting some messages. So there's a little update. So Gridlife, hopefully we can be there, like I said, to deliver Ferris' second element. So that's next weekend, the 9th through the 12th. So other than that, thank you guys for always staying tuned. Thank you guys for always wanting to know what's up, what's going on, and always, you know, appreciating the projects. Especially, it's cool to see what this guy's able to do with other people's cars and not just his own. So until then, we'll see you in the next one.